Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Ike MMA show, or some people like to prefer, the Ike MMA podcast. I'm joined in studio for the very first time by, is it your name, Josue Josue
Yeah,
Ekedi?
yeah.
Oh, good. I got it. Got
Or
it right the
in,
first time.
in English, you can say Mr. Joshua.
Joshua. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's Joshua.
Joshua Ekedi, please thank you and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
So look, how have you been and how are things and how are you preparing for your upcoming fights at Clan Wars 49, which is just in about less than a month's time?
Actually, I'm preparing good. Everything is okay. The diet, the weight cutting, everything is okay. Training is perfect. I have a very nice team and some good sparring partner, and I will be happy to make my pro debut in Clan 4 in Ireland.
Um, Look, it's the first time of me speaking to you, and before I get to the fight itself, I always like to start with just a bit of a background history and just a backstory about the person I'm speaking to for the first time, just to get a feel of who you are, what the kind of place and people you come from. So you yourself, how is it that you got, as in what got you involved in combat sports, and in more detail and more specifically speaking, what got you involved in mixed martial arts?
First of all, I grew up in a family where I have many elder brothers that like to fight in the street, and many of them were mixed martial practice fighters. My elder brother was a mixed martial fighter, and I always see people fighting around me. I grew up in a very difficult environment in Cameroon where everybody fights. In my quarter, everybody were fighting. It's like in Dagestan. Most of them they grow with like very harsh and difficult environment. So that's what initiated me. And since I was young, little kid, my father started by teaching me karate, and I grew up with that passion of being a big martial artist one day. And I used to look Conor McGregor, one of my favorite MMA fighter, and he inspired me so much by his history. And today I'm where I'm. So
Mm.
that's that.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, is there any although I'm kind of jumping the gun with the questions that I've got listed out to ask you, is there any particular figure in the sport, though you mentioned Conor McGregor, but is there any particular figure in the sport that does inspire you, that inspire you to get involved in the sports and that inspired you to participate professionally, compete professionally in the sport?
Yeah, that's if a particular figure of the Islam Makachev.
Yeah.
Yeah, he inspired me. You know, the Dagestani's culture inspired me first of all because they have that kind of discipline, life discipline, to achieve their goal at the end of the journey. So I like that way, and I was inspired by their history. But my favorite fighter that usually inspired me is Islam Makhachev by his hard working, by his patience, and all this. And one day, I think I will be happy to compete at a very high level in UFC, maybe in lightweight or featherweight. I don't care, but I'm working for that.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Um, So your fight that you got ahead of you in March, 9th of March, Clan Wars 49 against Lewis, I hope I'm pronouncing his surname correctly, Lewis Bryan or Bryan.
Yeah,
Um,
Lewis. Yeah.
what do you make of your opponent, as in how do you see the match going? How do you see the fight going?
I think I've been looking his amateur fight. It's like he have a good wrestling, but he don't have good boxing. Even his wrestling is not at my level because I have like very strong wrestling. And in fact, in January, I see the fight going in my favor in every side. Go it in wrestling or boxing, I see I'm more superior and more powerful and more explosive than him. I have a very big condition, physical condition. So I think I will be a very hard opponent for him. And I see the match, I see the fight going to an end, maybe in the first round or the second round. I can knock him out or choke him.
Um, how is the fight camp going along now? The fight preparation for the upcoming bout? How are things? Is the weight cut going as it should do? I mean, how's your health? How's the training? Just how's everything in general going?
Yeah. Actually, the fight camp is going very well. In fact, me, I don't do like training camps because I'm not that kind of fighter that is waiting for a fight before training every day. Since last year, since January last year till today, I've been training like I have a fight. Every time I train with the same intensity. So for me, it's not really a fight camp. It's just a continuity of what I started since. Because before I was announced that I have a fight with him, I've been training so hard since January. I have like some injuries, but I keep on training. I'm kind of person I train like 4 times a day, very hard, every day with the same intensity. So everything is okay. With the cutting, weight cutting is a little bit difficult, but gradually I'm coming to it.
Oh, um, so in your as far as you're concerned, I mean, that's not uncommon in the industry, although some not to say industry, but in the fight scene, it isn't uncommon that some fighters once the fight's off, they just balloon, but as in they just go off track and they eat, crash diet, eat whatever they like, whatever it may be. But you like to stay fight ready all the time, if possible, all year round.
Yeah.
You don't.
That character that I all the year. Maybe what can lead me not to be ready is like injury. But as far as I have good health, I train hard, extremely hard all the year.
What weight do you normally like to sit at? I mean, do you like to say super shredded and lean, or do you just like to say, let's say, just a healthy, athletic weight? So, in what sorts of size, excuse me, and weight do you normally like to stay at, even when you're not fighting, or even when you're not got a fight coming around the corner?
Um, Around the 75.
Hmm. Okay. Well, but I mean, even staying at that weight, I mean, do you sometimes feel that maybe it's a bit too hard to do? Because I will say that seeing some of the fighters when they're so lean and so shredded, especially those who are in the lighter weights in the
Yeah,
lighter weight divisions, um, it isn't always so pleasant. You see them stepping on the scales at the weigh-in days, and I've seen some of the guys actually collapsing because the body just so calorie deficient. It's
yeah.
they're so weak.
But actually, first of all, I think weight cutting is like a matter of discipline. Discipline. When you are disciplined in training an athlete is not only the one that is disciplined in training, but in all the compartments. You have to be disciplined in your diet, know what to eat. And this program I have introduced it is last year to my training. So I know what to eat. I know how to maintain my weight. So that's why weight cutting is not really difficult for me. I'm gradually coming to it. Maybe by before 1 week of the fight, I will be in weight.
Quite a few things. Just trying to what what to ask you next. So you do fight out of the club called, if I can remember, Leg Cube Fight Club. Or
Yeah.
can you talk a bit about, as in, what's it? what's it like, as in when you joined? Um, any other big names coming out of the club that we should be keeping our eyes peeled out for?
Actually, it's a young club that is about 2 years that
Okay.
the club is existing. It's not many fighter. There are many young fighter, many talented fighter there that are not yet known from the big public, but they are good amateur fighter. We have like Kofi Halaj, who is a French second, who participated in a French tournament of MMA, who was the second national champion. So we have great fighters there, great young fighters that are coming up, but we don't have a big name there for now. Maybe I will be the first big name. Who knows?
I just want to ask you, your phone, can you just adjust because it's just in part of the pictures cutting out
Yeah,
upwards a bit? Are you, yeah, I mean, if you, yeah, you okay? Yeah, that's it. Just because the half of your face is cutting out. Um, so my train of thoughts just seems to be all over the place at the moment. Yes, how you started your fight record, is it that you started fighting in, is it Cameroun, before you came to
yeah,
France?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Before I came to France, I did like 15 amateur fight in Cameroon.
Okay.
I win them. I came here. I fought last time in amateur fight. I lose the fight, but it was like a very close fight. I lose in decision, in split decision, but yeah, that's that. It was my first loss in amateur.
You also had some fights in France as well.
Yeah. But all the fight I did in Cameroon were not recorded because the system is not a very developed country, and it's a little bit difficult. So if we can say legally have one amateur fight and one loss.
I've tried to do extensive research and just to find out enough info as much as I can about yourself online. Will this be your first fight in Ireland?
Yeah, yeah. This will be my first fight in Ireland.
Because my question was basically about the fight scene in comparison to somewhere like France, the fight scene in Ireland and France. I mean, is there any differences or there are a lot of similarities? And for you yourself as a fighter, as in which which scene is it that do you like more? Is it the scene in France or the scene in Ireland, or you're not too indifferent? I mean, the way the fans are towards you, does that kind of make you feel a certain way?
For me, yeah, I don't have any problem with the area. For me, when it comes to fighting, everything I like, whether in England or in France, in UK, in America, everywhere, I'm okay with that.
Okay. And someone who, well, you really just started your professional journey in the sports. Um, what would be the right time to ask this? But say in the next 5, 10 years, and what are your future plans? Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years? You've already hinted at fighting in the UFC. I mean, so is it the bigger names you want to be competing in by the time you've had about 5 or 10 years within the sport?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm just focused for now in my professional fight, my first professional fight, and the organization with whom I'm fighting, the Clan War. First of all, my plans are to win this fight, and then like try to make like 5 other fights there, beat everybody, smash them all, then maybe go to one of the biggest of the organization, maybe Bellator or UFC, and compete with the highest, the big athletes.
Speaking of Clan Wars, they do host very entertaining events, and they do have some extremely talented fighters in Clan Wars, in fact, even on the more domestic Irish scene. Is there
Yeah.
any particular fighter in Clan Wars that's near enough your weight class or in your weight class that you've had your eye on that you'd like to step into the octagon or into the cage with them?
For now, no, I don't think about it. For me, when I prepare myself for anybody,
Okay.
for anybody,
Mm,
anybody. I don't choose. I prepare myself for anybody. I'm not a kind of fighter that maybe with time to come, I'm gonna call out some people, but for now, I take everybody. Everybody they
okay.
give me, I take.
Um, I think last but by no means least, because definitely I'm sure we're gonna be we'll have you back on the show soon. Any shout outs you'd like to give to anyone out there, any sponsors, family, friends, fellow fighters you may train with, just anyone, they want to give a shout out to.
What I can just say is that my people looking at me, I will be happy for the encouragement, the prayers, and all the positive energy they send to me. I keep on working every day to be the best. My goal is to be the most feared fighter and the most dangerous fighter one day. So, but I will start my signature by giving a very harsh and scary knockout. You can say that in Cloud War for my first fight in Iran on the 9th of March. It's gonna be a very difficult day for my opponent. Courage to him. I hope he will come ready because I hit very hard. I'm not hit none, but for those who knows me in France, I hit very hard.
I like the sound of that. Have you
I
met? Sorry to cut you off. Have you met your opponent Lewis at all ever? Cross
no,
paths with him?
I have not met him, but I have been looking his video for a while. And then, from what I saw, I think he hasn't faced an opponent like me that hits so hard
Hmm.
and who is very skillful because I have very strong wrestling. I noticed he liked to wrestle, but I think it will be a very difficult night for him and very long night because as I said I hit very hard.
Uh, Joshua, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm very, very grateful. And I look forward to seeing you stepping in the cage 9th of March at Clan Wars 49. And listen, all the best and good luck.
Thank you, man. Thank you to you. Good luck to you. I appreciate this podcast with you and thank you for the opportunity.
Definitely next time I speak to you, we'll be speaking for a lot longer than this because there'll be a lot more to talk about, and a lot more to get our teeth into. Guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. You can also catch the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcast. Joshua, once again, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Take care.